What's good, everybody? It's Mike Reed, and welcome to My Life Ministries, where leadership, influence, faith, and evolvement are the principles that we look to live by every single day of our life. And by us living those principles, it helps us to help youth to become motivated young leaders to implement faith every day in their lives as well. Sometimes we just have to listen. We just have to listen. We have to just close our eyes and we have to sit back. We have to open up our ears, allowing them to be open enough to just listen to the voice of God because he's speaking. And until we understand that listening is key, is that listening is the open door. Listening is the progress to whatever it is that is going on in your life. Is it's the thing that benefits you to the point to where you find yourself in the position of truly understanding God and truly understanding your direction and truly understanding who he is and what he's calling and asking of you to do in this moment. But we have to learn to listen. We have to learn to sit back and be quiet and just listen. Now, I understand when we converse with God and we pour out everything that's on our plate. We express things to him. We cry, we release, we do a lot of things, so that God can hear us. And we feel like because we're saying everything to him, and the more that we say and the more that we say, we feel like, God, I'm pouring it out to you. So I know that you hear me. I know that you hear my hurt. I know that you hear my pain. I know that you hear everything that I am facing. So let me share it all with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to remember at the same time, if you're sitting here and you're expressing everything to God, which he already knows, and you're releasing all of this to God, don't you think that it's important that you give him a chance to respond? It's very important that you give him a chance to respond to you. And the way that he responds to you is by talking to you, is by sharing what he feels and sharing what he wants and what he has for you. But we get so beside the point to where we plug our ears because we're so busy trying to converse with God about what's going on. And we're not remembering that once we lay it down, we have to give room and we have to allow God to speak to us. We're waiting for that answer. We're looking for that conversation. Because when God gives you the answer and God begins to speak to you, the sound that he speaks of, the sound that he speaks to, the melody that he speaks with is going to be everything that you need. It's going to be the peace. It's going to be the joy. It's going to be the understanding. It's going to be his beautiful voice. But you have to learn how to be quiet. You have to learn how to be quiet. And in some people's situations, that's what God is waiting on. He's waiting on you to get what he's trying to tell you. He's like, I hear you. Cast your cares upon me. Yes. Continuously cast your cares upon me. Make your request to me. Yes. But he needs you to give him time to respond. He needs you to give him a chance to speak to you. So you have to be quiet so that you can hear him. Don't let the situations of the world, don't let the situations that you go through, the trials and the tribulations and the things that are affecting you and the things that are causing you to be heavy and, and just to be in a situation that you don't like. Do not allow that to be so loud that that's all that you think about, all the way to the point to where you feel like, if I don't release this to God, how is God going to hear me? Express it, but then step back, sit back, relax, close your eyes and say, Lord, I'm here. I'm here to hear from you. God, I need you to speak to me. And once you sit there, God already knows your posture. He knows your posture because he knows your heart. And because he sees your heart posture, he sees, oh, they're ready for me to pour out into them. So by them being ready for me to pour out into them, now I can speak. So the weight that you carry, I have the perfect answer for it. The stress that you're dealing with, I have the perfect answer for it. The things that you're praying about, I have the perfect answer for it. But you have to listen. And you have to be disciplined enough to understand that just because you keep throwing things at the feet of God and you keep piling them up and piling them up and piling them up, and you're thinking because you talk to God about one situation today, and then the next day you talk to him about the same situation, and you talk to him about the same situation, you think that it's like it's pounding on his door and you're just bugging him and bugging him and bugging him. You're saying, God, I need you. God, I need you. God, I need you. God, this is what I'm facing. And you keep doing that. So let's not misunderstand when he says continuously make your request to him. Of course, cry out to God and share that with him. But you have to give him time and you have to give him room so that he can speak to you. So when you go before the throne of God, knowing that you've thrown that out there, when you begin to pray again, begin to say, Lord, I'm ready to hear from you. Whenever you're ready to speak, God, speak to me. I've laid it down at your feet, so just speak to me. And the moment that you realize that, you'll begin to hear that melody. And that melody is beautiful. Don't let the enemy trick you or confuse you in the times that you face in your life to make you be so overwhelmed and to make you be so scattered and to make you be so separate from who God is because you're facing all of the things that you are dealing with in your life. God just wants to speak to you. So it's up to us to listen. And when he speaks and we listen to what he says, we have to move accordingly. If he speaks and he tells you to be still, being still is the best thing for you to do. If he speaks and he tells you to go, going is the best thing for you to do. If he tells you to rest, rest. If he tells you to take on his peace, take on his peace. If he tells you that I'm never going to leave you, then you have to believe that. Whatever God communicates with you on, however he communicates with you on everything that you lay down at the altar, for him to hear and for him to look at and for him to decide on what is something what is something that is worth the conversation. God knows everything that you're going through and everything that you need in your life. He knows it. And at the same time, he knows that although you've thrown everything at him, although you're conversing with him about certain things, God knows what's meant to happen in your life. So he has to review. He has to look. He has to look what's according to his plan, what's according to his will. He has to see your heart to see, are you focusing so much on what the situation is that it has consumed you to the point to where you feel like this is something that's going to destroy you? This is something that's going to knock you down. This is something that is going to empty you out. This is something that's going to deplete you. This is something that is not going to push you forward. How are you looking at your situation? So as God begins to review things and as he begins to go through things and as he begins to separate things to see what can I speak to them about? Because this what they thrown at me, I know that it's bothering them, but I'm not worried about that right now. This is not what I'm worried about right now is because, see, this is making them. This is building them. But this I can converse with them on. Because this, it fits into the plan and their purpose and my will for them in this moment. So this I can converse with them on. But we have to be willing to listen. Life has a crazy way. We all know that. We live it every single day. Prayer works. It most definitely works. When we converse with God, we lay our feelings and our pain and our hurt and our needs and sometimes even our wants to God. Do we trust him enough to review what we laid at the altar and laid at his feet? Do we believe in him enough and to understand him enough that whatever he decides and whatever he chooses to talk to us about, whatever he chooses to answer us with, whatever he chooses to converse with us about, will we listen? God is speaking. He has everything at his feet and he sees it. But it's up to you to listen. So let's learn to close our mouth. Let's learn that when we lay things down, when we go into prayer, go into your prayer to say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for even giving me the opportunity to converse with you. I thank you, God, for reviewing everything that I laid down at your feet. You said that you already know what I need. You said you know my life better than I do. So because of that, I trust in your way. I trust in your movement. And I trust in your answer. So Lord, give me the conversation that you need to have with me. That's how we have to begin to view it. God already knows the plan. So we have to be quiet. We have to be still. And we have to sit back and we just have to look at God and we just have to say, Lord, I just want to sit in your presence because I just want to hear from you. So however God chooses to talk to you, however God chooses to answer, we just have to listen. It's important. So just listen to God because he's speaking. You guys have a wonderful and a blessed day.